I am so excited today to have a founder and an inventor in the travel space, Lindsay Albanese, who just has an amazing product and will be at the 2024 Travel Goods Show. Lindsay, welcome today. I'd love to hear more about you, your product, and a little about your journey in the travel industry.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Albanese. I am a founder and inventor of the Lindsay Albanese namesake lifestyle brand. I also am the inventor of Top Tote, the hat clip that I'm sure you've seen out in the world. It's the first product to revolutionize and change how people travel with their hats. So, my background, I was a celebrity fashion stylist for 15 years. So, I traveled the world with clients, carrying their things, packing them. And then I realized, wow, I would like to design and invent products that make packing and travel and everyday life easier. So that is when I self-funded and launched my namesake brand about 5 years ago.
So the product specifically that the hat what so it's the hat tote.
Yeah, so it's the Top Tote hat clip. It's a US patented hat clip that attaches to your bag or luggage so you can travel with your hat hands free.
What was the genesis, the origin of that idea that just said, "Oh gosh, there's a need here. I'm going to create it and fill that void."
When I was a celebrity fashion stylist, I used to travel with my clients and carry all their things, including their stuff and mine and all their hats. And I thought there has to be a better way to travel with hats because hats are so cumbersome and annoying. And after doing the research, I realized nothing had been created for hat travel since the hat box. So I had that aha moment like, wow, we need a functional, small, practical product that attaches to your bag or luggage and clips to your hat so you can travel hands free. So that's really the aha moment, was being a celebrity fashion stylist.
You're also a pretty avid traveler. Tell me about your experience in travel and maybe some of the trends that you've seen take shape over the past few years in travel.
I feel like there's a lot of travel products out there. And while a lot of products out there are multifunctional, and some are stylish, there's still room for product development with bringing together that fashion and function. And that's really what we are doing here, especially given my 20 years career in the fashion industry. I know style. I know trends. I've been paid since my early 20s to predict things, to creative direct. And I feel like people are looking less for that utility, but really that marriage of like style and function. And I think people are looking more and more for that. I also think quality is really important in this day where there's so many brands. I think that really bringing together style and function and doing that well is something that there's always a customer for. I just don't know if all brands know how to marry those two perfectly. And that's really what we're aiming to do. And I think everything when you travel should be multifunctional. It shouldn't just do one thing. And that's what our brand does in every single product that we release.
There's also another trend, I think, in travel that hasn't been around for a long time, but really important, and that's with the buying trends, right? Buying trends from brick and mortar to online, and now content creators having a voice and a very powerful voice in the trends that are shaping travel.
Mhm.
Tell me about your observations and the impact and the changes that are taking place in this industry.
From a product perspective, I think now more than ever, people are more conscious of how things look because we live in a Instagrammable, ever we're taking so many photos, right? So maybe where you didn't care what you took to the airport on your weekend trip before that bag, now you kind of want it to be stylish because you know there might be a photo opportunity or you're documenting it. So I really think that accessories are and your travel gear, it really integrates your personal style now more than ever, which I think is so important for brands to understand. So that's from the product positioning. From a content creator, I mean, you can't have a brand without connecting with these tastemakers and people to extend your consumer database. Customer acquisition is more expensive now than it's ever been in the history of selling a brand, selling a product. So that's why it's critical that you have your person, your customer, your avatar, your content creator group, using your products, even if it's just for free, so that they can get out to an audience that maybe you don't have the direct connection to. So connecting with influencers and influencer marketing is a very important part of the ecosystem of any brand's marketing strategy.
You have some involvement at the upcoming Travel Goods Show, and we will have creators there, we'll have brands there, we'll have retailers there. It's really going to be an event where a lot of people in this industry are going to be under one roof. Tell me about
Mhm.
your involvement. Where can we expect to find you at the 2024 Travel Goods Show?
We have a booth at the Travel Goods Show, which is really exciting. It is my first time as a brand or as a content creator attending the show. And from the research that our company has done, this brand this show is very established with all of the leading brands involved, which is the place that not only brands should be, but also content creators, influencers, because like I said, brand awareness is critical, and how you get that additional brand awareness is by connecting with the people who have influence. So I think bringing together the brands with the influencers and the content creators is just full circle value to every single person that's there. Content creators need products to talk about. They also need brand deals. So whether they may not get paid, they also need the products because they're going on the trip. So there's that. Brands need to connect with creators and influencers to deepen their connection with their customers. So I really think it's a fantastic event.
In anticipation of the show, what are some goals that you have in attending the show and participating?
Market research is really important as a brand when they go to these events, just to see what people are doing, to find that white space. To be quite honest, what's being done right now, what hasn't been done, what sort of trends are happening right now, what is the white space. I mean, that's, as a brand, that's, I go there for my market research. Also just seeing what your community of brands is doing as well, and maybe what you like, what you don't want to do, how you differentiate. I think going to these events also gives you a real perspective also on your goals as a brand, and where you want to go, based on seeing in one room what is out there. And I also think networking is just so important. You never know what connection you can, maybe brands are collaborating. We're seeing, Louis Vuitton or Adidas collaborating with, a Coca-Cola. I mean, I can't think of off the top of my head, but we're seeing these crazy mashups of these brands that you never thought would come together. What is, like, mayonnaise and shoe brand? These inspirational moments can really happen at these events.
There's so much opportunity, and when you find that collaboration that works, it's a mutual way of charting a course that's successful for both brands. So love that outlook.
A lot of these brands at the Travel Goods Show have probably been doing this for decades, right? And I think it's just so important to come with a fresh perspective to these trade shows. I think there's so much more that you can get out of them than just the sales or the connection with the manufacturer. I think taking the inspiration, thinking of how you can collaborate with, I don't know, maybe your competitor, who knows, it is just really important to think outside of the box when in attendance at these trade shows, because things are different, even this year more so than they have been in, or these past few years, than they have been in decades. So it's a really exciting time for collaboration.
What are the top 5 items that you travel with? The must have items that Lindsay takes with her that she can't leave home without?
The first three are the products that I've designed, because I designed them because they didn't exist. They were things I was looking for that I couldn't find in my local store. So I created. So number one is my laptop sleeve, which carries my laptop, protects my laptop, and then there's an extra pouch in the front. It also is designed really beautifully, so it looks kind of like a clutch when you're walking around with your phone or like working remotely. The second product is a two-sided travel laundry bag, where it holds your cleans and dirties in one pouch, but it's separated inside, it's coated. It's really like this genius multifunctional, kind of like a packing cube, but on like steroids, like something a little bit more evolved and robust, but in a small package. The third thing is top tote. I'm a hat wearer, so I always have that attached to my bag. The fourth thing is a good carry-on that has an expandable feature. I think that's really important. And then a coordinating tote bag. Again, like I said, right now, travel accessories are more extensions of our personal style than they ever were before. So that, like, tote bag, roller carry-on combination is really important to me. It needs to kind of accentuate and complement my look, and just not be like a ratty, like whatever. It needs to be kind of like my own little fashion statement.
after the show, before the show, how can people get a hold of you and find you?
My name is Lindsay Albanese. That's the name of my brand, my accessories brand. So if you just search me on all platforms, that's you will find me.
But what would be the one piece of travel related wisdom that you wouldn't mind imparting that you've learned in your travel and product development as a founder, an entrepreneurial? What is that you would love to just impart and tell people that this is something I've learned? Here you go.
When it comes to travel and packing and the things that we bring our essentials on a trip, everything has to have duality. I think when it comes to your outfits, like how many times can I wear this, right? Can I wear this, when I'm feeling lazy in the morning when I drank too much, and can I also like put an earring with this and wear it at night? So I think having duality in everything that you bring, from clothing to, your makeup bag to your tote bag. Like, is this great for the airport, and then can I also like bring it to my meeting? Just thinking about the duality of everything from fashion to the things that you bring will make you a more effective packer and less of an overpacking, frivolous kind of packer. I would love for everyone to come visit our booth, the Lindsay Albanese booth at the show. You can come see Top Tote, the hat clip that I invented, and then the new innovations that we have that are coming down the pipeline that we are launching into stores like Nordstrom and Saks. So we have a lot of exciting things we're going to be sharing at the show.
Awesome. Lindsay, it's been a privilege, a pleasure. We look forward to seeing you in March. Thank you for joining us.
Likewise. Thank you guys.